So we are pleased to welcome you to Essay for the 5th round of the Uniroyal French Drift Championship. Another first venue for us on this track this year, and let's take a look now at the Submarine. First, we'll meet Julien Joseph, well-known drivers in the paddock who made a great result last round at Tours. Then you'll discover the track in our Uniroyal Mustang, driven by Julien Febreau. We'll also go behind the scene backstage of the French Drift Championship, but first, let's remember what happened last round. Big crowd during the American Tour Festival to make an ovation to our drifters. It was a real success, and Benjamin Bulbes got the first place during the qualifications. When you see the results and you're at the top of the list, for sure it's a pleasure, and it's also important point for the championship, so it's a real satisfaction. All the drivers did a great show. Final was Benjamin Bulbest's first place against Julien Joseph second, and on the third place Nicolas Monnoir. I've been waiting and wanting it for a while now, with half beginning this season. It wasn't always perfect battles, but the result is here, and that's awesome. This round is as important as the others, but it starts the second part of the season, so it's now things are happening, and it's important to be at the rendezvous this weekend. He amazed us at Tours Speedway. It's Julien Joseph. He is well known also for eating bumpers for breakfast. We're joking him a lot about this quite often, but he's gonna explain you everything. At 28 years old, Julien Joseph is a growing name in France, practicing since 7 years now. He lives his sport like his life, with a motto: live your dreams, don't dream your life. It means that when you want something, do what needs to be done to have it. Fan of Japanese cars, it's with the Nissan RS13, the same he started with 7 years ago. It's quite light and a predictable car with a huge aftermarket choice for parts. I think it's the most popular and easiest base to build the drift car of it. Among other special things in this car, you can see the shifter, who's made from a bolt from an Airbus. Another distinctive sight is the bumper, or lack of. Yeah, to make a long story short, it's fiberglass, and fiberglass is fragile, or maybe I'm sometimes a bit hard on the driving, so it breaks often. However, to be the perfect performer, you need to fully control your car, but the level of the championship explained part of his aggressivity. Nowadays, yeah, you need to be really aggressive. Difficulty is to be steady while being close to the limits. Julien, as several other drivers, face another challenge, as you can see with his full white car. It's budget. Big part comes from me. We have partners that help us with part supplies, but when it comes to races budgets, we almost have none. At that point, that to participate to this round, Julien have been helped by his friends who donated money for him. Yeah, it's friends, team, and yeah, it's really pleasant. While getting second place at Tours, Julien went into a new stage, and his fans now expect more, so his new challenge will be to deal with the pressure. French Drift Championship staff goes up to 25 people during events. Let's meet them and see what is their job, their mission. Now go backstage with the staff. Slide, attack and big show. Since 2 years now, the French Drift Championship attracts more and more people. It's getting more and more professional also since it's affiliated with the FFSA. Yeah, the FDC staff were very professional and know their subject, and there was no major reasons for us to refuse these requests. Affiliation that also helps with FFSA racetrack marshal, around 10 by round, and these men from the dark, the staff. Leo and Mathieu are 2 of the 3 full-time employees, and Leo is in charge of the communications and partners relations. Yeah, it's a pretty long path, from 6 months to 1 year, to convict a partner to finance a part of the events. Administrative and technical support before and during the races is Mathieu's job. Participative titles, drivers' registrations, check if they have the license, FFSA and driving ones, medical certificates. Vincent is the 3rd employee, a mechanician, driving instructor. He takes care of the Mustang Uniroyal, the gas car. I also take care of the logistical side of things and kind of problem solver in the team for every little problem around there is. All the other crew members are volunteer, all motivated by one passion, drifting, like Julien Boulanger on the start line. So my job is to launch vehicles. I need to have the attention of the 2 drivers before the start, then I advise them of the incoming start, then go! There will be no competition without judges. They participate to the track setup, and like all passionate people, the organizers, as Thomas the speaker, never stop to talk about the passion for drifting, and be it for the live streaming or on-site comments, his objective is the same. It's to explain to public and to beginners what is drifting, how we judge it, how we appreciate drifting. Share that can follow you every day in your life with the several goodies proposed by the volunteers of the boutique of the French Drift Championship. So to make this run, you'll be in the Mustang Uniroyal with Mr. Febro, invited here by the staff, and okay, ready, now let's go! So this track starts with 187 meters of straight line. You initiate in 3rd gear, start sliding with the handbrake. First clipping point far outside on your right, then comes the 2nd clipping on your left. Slow down for the hairpin uphill with the last clipping on the wall, also on your left. Here comes the finish line. Let me present you this place. It's the warm-up zone, very important place where drivers get their tires up to temperature to go to the start line. What happened during the qualifications? Let's take a look. All the drivers got 2 runs for the qualifications, but these qualifications were splitted in 2 due to weather. One part of the qualifications happened Saturday, the second part Sunday. Mike Kaufman 10th, Mathieu Leroux 9th place, Benjamin Boulbès 8th place, Jocelyn Janin 7th place, Laurent Cousin 6th place, Julien Joseph 5th place, Romain Soucas 4th place. So I made a first run which was not very good. I had too much angle, I hope to do better than Tour because I was out really early in the competition. So for me the trouble this weekend was to get the first clip, to really get in the zone of the first clip with the rear of the car, because the transition was really soon after the first clipping, and you can see the results with my cyclocross. So yesterday we had some troubles to set up the car for this track. It's a bumpy track, but if we're here, it's because we made one of the best runs. So trainings are done, qualifications are done also. Now let's go for the big show, the battles. Drivers are one against one. And then the show is huge. I'll let you discover this with images. In the top 16, Jonathan Perrine was against Nicolas Delorme. Pretty difficult top 16 against top level driver, but I did my best and I'm happy of my battle. Benjamin Bulbes was against Mathieu Leroux. Mathieu made a mistake. As a leader, it was okay, but as a follower I made a little mistake, but unfortunately for him he spun. Yeah, it was a really great battle overall. Romain Soukas now against Kevin Delhay. You can see our little rub. Yeah, a little deception this weekend because we have some troubles. I made a little mistakes racing. It's life. It goes like that. So Nicolas Delorme, leader against Benjamin Bulbes. It's an early final. We can see Nicolas Delorme making a little mistake, Benjamin following him in a conservative way. Nicolas Delorme got 6-4. Now Benjamin as leader. Good line for both the drivers. Nicolas do his best to keep up against Benjamin and his big 600 HP BMW. And it's a one more time. So Nicolas goes against first. Benjamin puts the pressure on Nicolas, but Nicolas don't lift, and it's a 6-4 for Benjamin. As follower Benjamin on the second run, Benjamin Bulbes as leader. A little mistake from Nicolas, and it's a 6-4 for Benjamin. Romain Soukas on the orange BMW against Julien on the Nissan S13. Driver must initiate at the same time, but Julien has a little trouble with his car. The gearbox is broken. He's only got the second gear, don't have any more third gear. So he does his best to keep up against Romain and his little monster. It's a 10-0. It's a 10-0. Julien as leader. A lot of angle for Julien. Nice clipping. Romain is running a conservative line. But it's Romain Soukas who goes through. Raphaël Zanato against Laurent Cousin. Raphaël got a nice line on the first clipping. Two drivers are awesome on the second clipping. Big angle for Raphaël on the Mustang. So advantage for Raphaël Zanato. Second run. Laurent Cousin leader on the BMW. Nice attack. Not really good first clipping, but the second one is awesome. A lot of distance from Raphaël. Raphaël can get closer, and Laurent is full throttle. It's a 6-4, and it's a one more time. So Raphaël against Laurent again. Really clean lines. Laurent is close to Raphael. Really nice run. Ah, a little mistake. And it's a 6-4 for Raphael. Laurent Cousin is still very fast. Raphael Zanato, who make a mistake, he misses the clip. And it will be a 6-4 for Laurent Cousin, and it will be a sudden death. Raphael Zanato. Ah, it's a complete mistake. Raphael Zanato was on the first clipping, Laurent made a mistake, and it's Raphael Zanato that is qualified. Mike Hoffman on the blue Nissan against Laurent Russet, and a lot of distance against Mike. There was a problem with the start line. Mike misleaded Laurent, so Mike got a penalty. So on the second run, it's 10-0 for Laurent on the second run. Even if Mike goes well for the second run, it will be very hard for him to go through. And it's Laurent that goes up. Romain Soukas, leader on the orange BMW against Benjamin Bulbes. Romain Soukas, who's got a better line than Benjamin Bulbes. And it's a 6-4 for Romain.
Récompensé par un 6-4. Que va-t-il se passer sur la manche retour?
A lot of angle for Benjamin Bulbes, but the two drivers are very fast. And Romain Soukas, who makes a little mistake, and it's 6-4 for Benjamin, so it's a one more time. A nice line for both. A little mistake from Romain. Pilots, drivers got the 3 clippings. And it's a 5-5.
5 proposés par les juges. 5 proposés par les juges. Attention, manche retour. Romain Soukas.
Romain don't know the score and he's making a little mistake, a shallow angle. And the qualification will go for Benjamin Bulbes with a 6-4. So Raphael Zanato against Laurent Russet. Good lines, a lot of distance between the two drivers. Laurent seems to have a little trouble, or he made a little mistake, and it will be a penalty for him. It's by 6-4. So Raphael really wants to go back on the podium. And he's keeping it safe, and it will be Zanato who will go through the qualification. Romain Soukas, leader against Laurent Russet, 2 orange BMWs E36. Really good run from Romain Soukas, and it will be a 6-4 for him. Laurent Russet at the first place. Romain is a bit far from him, and both are a bit far from the clipping points. And it will be a 5-5, and Romain Soukas go through. Now the final, Raphael Zanato against Benjamin Boulbès. Wow, Benjamin got a wrong line, but Zanato is on the clip. And Benjamin is really angry because he knows he made a mistake. It will be 7-3 for Raphael. On the second run, Benjamin leader, Raphael as a follower, good pressure, nice clip. A lot of angle for Benjamin, and it's 6-4 for Benjamin, but still Raphael Zanato is the big winner. Romain Soukas, who got the third place cup. And the big winner, Raphael Zanato, on the higher step of the podium. And Benjamin Boulbès on the second place. Congratulations to everyone, guys. So my team did a really good job, and I could get back in the car and get a good score. Yeah, really happy with the second place. Even more, I'm really happy that Raphael got the win. Even if it's a second place, it's still a good position for me. Yeah, so first podium, I'm really happy. The last podium was last year at Litnon. A lot of pressure, mostly with Mr. Cousin. It was really complicated, but we went through the end. We'll do our best to get on podium on the last round. It was a wonderful show, and thanks to everyone who helped here, being the volunteers or everyone from the FFSA and all the drivers. Rendezvous for the next round at Champs at the end of August. Since then, have a nice holidays, drive safe and have fun.